What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're picking up right where we left off in our map analysis series. Today we're taking a look at Ascension, Black Ops 1, guys. If you haven't seen the first episodes that we recorded of this series, make sure to go check those out on my channel. Check out Tim's channel as well. I say it in every video. He spent a lot of time on these. They're old, but he did spend a lot of time on these, so he deserves that credit. Guys, let's take a look at Ascension today.
In DLC 1 of Black Ops Zombies, we received a new, yet familiar map, Ascension. Extracted from the campaign, the Soviet Cosmodrome contained an endless wave of the undead in a mission to free Dr. Gersh from the Casimir mechanism. Ascension was one of the most important Zombies maps we have ever received, not only in terms of the storyline, but in terms of the progression of zombies and the gameplay. I wouldn't say Ascension is universally accepted as a top 10 map. There are some people out there with legitimate reasons to dislike this map.
I know some people who have put this map in their like top 5. Honestly, I'd say that, you know, with 80% of our community being a casual community, Ascension was a great addition into the storyline or into the collection of maps that we already have because of all the casual players. While it introduces some new features to the story, I think that the gameplay is very casual friendly, and that's what makes Ascension so
isn't
great.
Without its flaws, but in my opinion
Ascension.
and many others, it is one of the most important and one of the best maps we've ever played. And today we're going to analyze why Ascension was such a great map. I do this every Sunday night with a Trailer Zombies map, so hit that subscribe button to not miss it. I know it's not Sunday night as you're watching this. I'm sorry I was a little bit busy over the weekend. It's for this exact reason you should go follow me on Twitter, because I update you guys as to what I am doing if I'm not uploading. But without further ado, let's talk about Ascension.
Also, I made a playlist of the previous reaction series that we've been doing for these episodes. So again, if you've missed those episodes,
the Ascension Project was a group of scientists researching and experimenting with Element 115 in a Soviet Union cosmodrome. They were essentially the Russian version of Group 935
loved the
or
sites
Division
in Black
9.
Ops
Having been
1.
heavily inspired by
The
Group
smiley
935,
faces and all the different
Ascension
custom
group
ones
led
you
by
could do.
Dr. Gersh had 3 main projects: Project Thunder, Project Mercury, and the Ascension Project. With this research came 2 wonder weapons: the Gersh device, which allowed for teleportation and access to the ether,
yummy
and the
Gersh
Thunder
device.
gun. Yuri is the other well-known scientist working.
The wonder weapons in this map, like on top of it already being so train friendly, the wonder weapons, you got the Gersh device, this Thunder gun here, guys. Oh,
with
dude.
the Ascension group alongside
It's easy,
Gersh.
but it's
He
such a
worked
good
alongside
time
Gersh
every
with
time.
Project Mercury for some
I think
time, but
Ascension
was
is
eventually
easy as
delegated
hell,
to
but
shipping monkeys into
it's
outer
so
space. At
fun.
some point, Yuri was able to contact Samantha
With a
through
crew.
ether and was gradually driven into madness. He would become what we know as the Pentagon thief that we see in 5, which is one of the very many links between the two
took a look
maps.
at
As
him
for
last
Gersh,
episode.
well, he gets trapped in the Casimir mechanism.
Pentagon
And
thief.
freeing Gersh is the premise of this Easter egg, the first main Easter egg in Zombies history. This Easter egg requires 4 players, but has some quick and painless steps and can be
Have
done
any of you
within an
guys ever
hour.
done the
And as a
Ascension
reward
Easter
for
egg?
doing the Easter egg, you're granted a 90-second death machine, which isn't
It's one
great.
of those ones that take all 4 players to do it. I, to this day, still haven't done it, but finding people to even do the Shadows of Evil Easter egg was a challenge in itself. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so difficult finding 4 people on the same page willing to do it and who are also good at the game.
Great, but for the first one ever, I would say isn't too bad. The story behind Ascension is truly fascinating.
wants to be
We don't know
carrying
much
people
about the
through an
research
Easter
that
egg.
was taking place. We don't know much
But
about
I've
the
been
wonder
carried
weapons,
through
the
Easter eggs
individual
several times.
scientists that
You
were
know who
working
you are
on
who
them. We
carried
don't know
me
the
through it. Thank
motivations
you.
and intentions behind every character. We know so much about Group 935, but we don't know a ton about this group. Why did they ship monkeys into outer space? I'm not quite sure. Were the Gersh devices developed with a true intention of being a means for teleportation, or were they developed for a means of mass destruction? Not only is it interesting to theorize about the Ascension group, but it's also interesting to see how scientists from different parts of the world experiment with Element 115. You had the Nazis developing teleporters and zombies and the Wonderwaffe. You had Division 9 working with wildlife. The Americans developed a couple of their own wonder weapons and worked on animals like pigs and monkeys. It's cool to see what the Russians did as well.
Yeah.
It's cool to see a different perspective and what someone else could engineer with Element 115.
It
This
is
map,
cool.
along
It
with
is
5,
very
were the
cool.
first maps that truly deviated from the basic Nazi storyline. Shino Numa played with the idea, but I think to a lesser extent. The story is relatively ambiguous. We don't know
True,
much.
it's more developed here in Ascension, while Shino Numa did try to like kind of take it into a whole new different realm there or whatever. Ascension
but
really
with the chunk we do know, we adore. Although Ascension
really takes
isn't
the
at the
cake
forefront
there,
of the
as
zombie
far as that's
storyline, it's
concerned.
one of the more unique sides of it. It has many links with Five, including the Red Telephone, the Pentagon Thief, and there are many references to the Illuminati as well, which is its own video in itself. And what's also very interesting, especially for history geeks like myself,
man,
is that
guys,
this
I forgot that. Did you guys see that? Watch this zombie here. Hold on, let me go back. I forgot that they do this in Ascension. Watch this. They dodge you.
well, which is its own video in itself.
dodge you.
And what's
Watch
also
this zombie.
very interesting, especially for
What the
history
hell?
geeks like myself, is
They
that
don't
this
do that in the
Cosmodrome,
Black
this
Ops
entire
3
map, is a
Ascension, do
product
they?
of the space
I don't
race
think
in
that
the
they
Cold
do.
War between the Soviet Union
That
and
was
the
such a
US. These were
cool
real
quirk
events that were, of course,
this map.
twisted
It
and warped
really
for the
was.
zombie storyline, but is nonetheless fascinating to see the connections there. I won't bore you with every minute detail of Ascension's story, but largely, I would say
No, we
that
love
it's
the story. We love the story. Give us all the story,
not
Tim.
the most significant, but it pulls its own weight, and it's
I love the
interesting
story.
and sets itself apart from the other maps. So, Richtofen and the
Comment
Ultimate
down below if you're more gameplay oriented or if you are about the storyline, my guys.
crew travel from the Keynoter Toten facility to Ascension via a lunar lander. They fight off endless waves of the undead and free Gersh from the Casimir mechanism. Now we're going to dive into Ascension's gameplay. It's interesting. It's also controversial. A lot of people don't like certain aspects of the map, but let's talk about
think
it.
it's
Ascension was one of the most innovative maps of all time. It introduced so many
got the
new
giant
features to
space
zombies
dildo
that
there.
we use to this day. Though there was no double
Look at
tap,
that.
we were given 2 new Perca-Colas.
Hey,
PhD Flopper,
PhD
disabling all
Flopper,
splash
our
damage,
boy.
allowing you to flop and create an explosive ring around
Where's
you.
PhD
And also
on this
Stamina Up
box? Up
Soda,
here.
which allowed you to sprint much
PhD.
faster and gave you higher endurance. These 2 perks are
Stamina
not
Up's up
only
here
some of the
somewhere.
most iconic perks ever,
There's
but
Stamina
they're
Up. You guys
also
probably
some of the
can't
most
see it.
revolutionary. The ability to sprint faster changed zombies. A perk that took away splash damage entirely opened up so many new doors and so many new strategies for survival.
Oh,
Explosive
man,
weapons
dude.
like the Mustang and Sally and the ray gun
the
were
Mustang
better than
and
ever.
Sally.
PhD Flopper was such a good perk that it was actually deemed overpowered. Treyarch would later take it out of
but
zombies.
come on. Come on. We've talked about this so many times. Getting overpowered in zombies is the frickin' point, man. It's the point.
Altogether and would tease it to us in several maps.
You
Aside from
wanna
Varrock's
get as
introducing the
OP
core
as
function of perks.
possible.
To begin with, Ascension would be
That's
the
the
map that
point.
changed zombies the most through perks. PhD Flopper took
Anybody
zombies
who
by
argues
storm.
it's
It's
too
difficult to
easy
imagine
'cause you're
zombies
too
nowadays without
OP.
stamina. Turning on power and activating
you
Pack a
here
Punch was
for?
similar to previous maps, but did it in its own fashion. You would ride the 3 lunar landers scattered around the map to the main console in spawn, which would then allow you to launch the rocket, therefore opening up Pack-a-Punch, which was a cool system. Very similar to activating the mainframe through the teleporters on
cool little
Greece,
Easter egg where you can destroy the rocket and get the
but
double
different.
points.
And these lunar landers would of course be a cheap and quick method for transportation. Both the Gersh devices and the
There's our
Matryoshka dolls
Black
were
Ops
introduced on this
3
map. And of
gameplay.
course, the Space Monkeys. They're
I love that he
controversial.
switches it
They're
back
an
and forth
alternative to
between
the Hellhounds.
the
Every
remasters
4 or
and the
5
originals.
rounds, they come in and attempt to steal your Perca-Colas. They're tiny, hard to shoot, and very difficult to kill. They jump onto your perk machines, they fuck it, and render your perk gone, which is oftentimes extremely
Oh my god, that hurt my ears so bad. I'm watching this video at full volume. I guess I could turn it down here on my headset, but I leave it on full volume because it sounds better in the recording. But Jesus Christ. But yes, let's talk about the monkeys. The monkeys, booty cheeks.
frustrating. After you kill all of them, you receive a max ammo, and if you kill all of them without them touching any of your perk
Booty
machines,
cheeks.
you get a free perk. So there's a compensation there, which is why I don't really mind them personally. Don't get me wrong.
I mind them in the later rounds because they get so frickin' OP, man. It is not fair. It should not take 2+ thunder gun shots to kill a single monkey.
They slip past
That's
you and steal one of your
ridiculous.
perks, especially Quick Revive, which has limited uses. It makes me want to go to the zoo, climb in the monkey exhibit, and strangle a couple of them. But if you're used to them and know
Amen.
how to control them and where they may or may not go, they're not that difficult. And plus, if you get a free perk and
We
lose...
just played a game of Ascension not too long ago. Me and my buddy did, and he showed me a pretty decent strat on how to protect your perks.
It's not a big deal. You'll just get another free perk. It kind of just alternates in and out like that. I think the reward for killing them compensates for the punishment of not. I do think they're one of the most aggravating bosses in zombies, but I do believe
Absolutely.
that they are fair. And honestly,
They are not fair. They are not fair at all. Because not only do they steal your perks, they're OP. I mean, the player is supposed to be OP, all right? I know we just talked about this, but the monkeys, again, 2 thunder gun shots to take out a single monkey and they have the capability to steal your perks. Fuck off with that.
A vital challenge for Ascension,
It's a
which I will get
challenge,
into very
but
shortly. Plus, they
send
actually
more
match
monkeys.
the atmosphere
Send
and the
more
story of the map,
monkeys.
much like
Don't
most
make-
bosses. You're not
Look at
confused
that.
as to why they're there. It makes
What
sense.
round are we
You
on,
can't talk
7?
about a Russian map without talking about the
Is that a Pack-a-Punch
sickle. It was
Galil, or is
introduced
that just
here.
a
So as
regular?
you can see, there was a myriad of things that Ascension brought to the table that are still helpful to this day in zombies.
I'm
It's
just
sort of a
saying.
small revolution, very similar to Darius in World at War. Ascension's gameplay is captivating, interesting, and most of all innovative, but there is an elephant in the room. Ascension
It's
is,
easy.
without a doubt, one of the easiest zombies maps
It's
of all
easy.
time. For
Yes.
two reasons. One,
But we love
there
it.
is an astronomical amount of space on
Yes.
Ascension.
What do we got? We got this space down here underneath the rocket that he's currently training, and we got the the big stage place. I don't know what it's called over there by PhD. That place is the classic. You could even train at spawn. I love training at spawn. Right there where the lunar lander thing is. Send it away. Use that space to train. That place is great because they can only come at you from one
You have
area.
half a
And
dozen
it's just-
viable
oh,
training areas. You could fit every player
So
in your
easy.
match in an area and
In their
train
own training
flawlessly.
spots.
And to tag along
Yes,
with
dude.
that, reason number 2 is the
Get Phoenix up in the BO3 version, so you don't even have to go revive them when they down.
Thunder Gun, which
This
is
game-
one
the
of the
game's
best
not
water
gonna
weapons
end.
of all
It's just not
time.
gonna end.
Gets you out of any bad situation. It can
One,
kill an entire wave of
two.
zombies. It has infinite damage.
Did you
It
see
has
that?
A
He had to
couple
fire
dozen
2
shots of
Thunder
wipe
Guns to kill
upgraded.
that
The Thunder
monkey.
Gun is an absolute
saying.
beast. The only drawback for this weapon is you can't get max ammos with it. Ammo can be an issue, but even so, you can go into spawn and kill the zombies with that giant rotating spindle. You can also use the traps. And with those two factors combined, the map is mind-numbingly easy.
One,
All you realistically
two.
need is
What the
Juggernog
fuck?
and a Thunder Gun, and
Round
you're
5. Round 5 monkeys. And we're using 2 Thunder Guns to kill them.
pretty much set for the entire game.
Absurd.
The Space Monkeys, like I said earlier,
Sorry,
offer
I'm salty
a
about
challenge,
the monkeys
a
on
much needed
Ascension.
challenge. But again, if you only realistically need 1 or 2 perks, how effective are they going to be? For example, when I play this map, my 2 necessities, my 2 core perks are Juggernog and Quick Revive. Everything else is a bonus. I do tend to grab Stamina
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
PhD Flopper. Since Quick Revive is
Yeah.
the only perk with limited uses, I have to cover that. And while doing so, I can also cover Jug. On the higher rounds, when I
True,
have
you're right
hundreds
next
of
to him.
thousands of points and the monkeys steal those bonus perks, it means nothing. I can buy the perks back, and it's
Yeah.
as though nothing had ever happened. Losing Quick Revive is the only detrimental loss, which is another reason why this map is so easy, and why the Space Monkeys really only offer a challenge on lower rounds.
You know, that's a fair argument. There's really only one perk that you can lose that's going to take away from the game, and that's Quick Revive, like he was just explaining. Maybe the amount of saltiness that I have for the the monkeys is unjust, but oh, boy, are they annoying. Boy, are they annoying.
when you're limited on points. And as if it wasn't already easy, it seemed to get even easier with the remaster in Black Ops 3. In this version, you had access to overpowered Gobblegum, double Pack-a-Punch, which of course makes any gun infinite damage, a Wonder Fizz machine, which also included Deadshot Daiquiri,
If the map wasn't easy enough, the Black Ops 3 version takes it to a whole new level,
Double
man.
Tap 2, a Ray Gun Mark II was added, and generally everything got even easier. Getting
Yeah,
around 100 doesn't take much effort on this map.
I mean,
it does
my
take a
highest
while. As you can
round-
tell, the other day I had an 8-hour stream getting to round 100 on this map, but it's not difficult. It just
Man, yeah, my highest round is on this map, and I'm not a high rounder, so when I tell you guys this, do not laugh at me. My highest round is like 75 on Ascension.
takes a while. It's debatable whether or not Ascension is the easiest map of all time. It's without a doubt in the top 5. There are some other very easy maps like Buried and Revelations, for example. There is no disputing it though. Ascension is a very easy map. Is that a bad thing?
No.
Not necessarily. Of
No.
course, for hardcore
And we talked
play,
about this, I think it was last video, might have been Kino video, I'm not sure. An easy map does not make for a bad map. An easy map, most of the time, actually makes for a very memorable map, because chances are most of your friends are casuals. You're gonna
players that
spend
like
more
a
time
challenge.
on those
Yeah, for
easier
casual
maps.
players, one could argue it's actually perfect. It really depends on who you are,
Yeah.
whether or not you like an easy map or a challenging map.
We
Totally
like
personal
Ascension.
preference.
It's
the way
easy,
I look at
but
Ascension
we like
is
Ascension.
anyone can hop on, have fun, and do very well, and at least get to round 30 without much of a
Leave a
problem.
like for Ascension. If you can get down with some Ascension, Drop a thumbs up
It's
on the video.
the map I would recommend to beginners who want to learn how to train. You have a ton of space and a very dependable wonder weapon. You can
Excellent
learn
map
the
for learning
tactics and the
training.
methods
Excellent
which
map.
you want to hoard up the zombies. In fact, it was one of the maps that popularized training. This, Kino to Toten,
Nuketown.
to a certain extent, and Shinonuma. Ascension is extraordinarily easy, but we shouldn't allow that to take away its greatness. And vice versa, we shouldn't let an extremely challenging map take away from its greatness. I think
True.
Ascension's pros heavily outweigh the cons. You had a great atmosphere, a great vibe, a great
I think
story.
giving any map its respective time to actually get used to it, get used to the layout, and actually just play the game, play the map. I think giving every map a chance is important.
To follow, very
important.
interesting and unique. The map innovated just as much as any other map, if not more. It presented the first main Easter egg ever, and was
First
sort of a
main
mini
Easter egg,
revolution
baby,
in
and this
Black
is where
Ops
it
1
all
Zombies.
began
And
for
as a
the
bonus,
Easter eggs. Those Easter eggs that we love and know. This is where it started, right here.
this map is super
Heck
nostalgic. My friends and I all camping near the Lunar Landers together, or if I'm playing solo, just training on my own, blasting
I
away
do
zombies
not
with a
have
thunder gun,
as
throwing an
much-
occasional Gersh device, scrambling around the
dude.
map trying to kill the monkeys before they steal my perks. It's chaotic, it's fun, it's got everything a good, well-rounded map should.
It's a good time. It's a good time. I personally don't have as much nostalgia for Ascension because I don't believe I spent much time on it back in the OG days, but coming back to zombies, I went back and pretty much played everything, like just kind of like as I got older, but Ascension was a good time, even just coming back to it.
And that's why I think Ascension
I do have great
is a great
memories
map,
with my
despite
friends on here.
its several flaws. I don't think Ascension does
seen
one
some
particular
excellent
thing better than
streams
every
on
other
Twitch
Zombies map, but I also think it's
with
very
Ascension.
well-rounded. It does everything very well. I could talk all day about this map and really every map,
It's a
but
good
I think
map.
I'm going to end it right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this.
Yeah.
If you did, make sure to leave a like. Tell me what you
It's a
think
game.
of Ascension down below in the comments. Which version do you like more, BO1 or BO3?
I don't know. Which one do you guys like more? Tell me that down in the comments, BO1 or BO3. That's actually a good question. I was about to answer, but I don't even know how to answer that question. But guys, yeah, like you just said, we could go on and on about Ascension and how great it is, but I think with the simplicity of it, I think that he pretty much covered it all, in the sense that it's a great map, makes for a great casual experience, and even that it's even just a great laid back map for anybody who's just playing like for the hardcore stuff. If you just want to take it easy on a map, Ascension's a good call. But guys, again, leave a like on the video. Consider subscribing to my channel if you like zombies content. Again, this isn't all going to be reaction content that I'm going to be posting. I'm just doing this right now to kind of take a break from gameplay. And I've been really enjoying this series that Tim Hansen has posted. If you guys want to go check out his channel, I'll post it in the description below. But guys, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much, and we'll see ya in the next one. Peace out, guys.